Hey guys, back again to the new week. Hope things are going well. I know it's just, hopefully you had a nice spring break time. I know some of you are doing this maybe before spring break, and that's fine. You can do it early if you want, but I'm just going over some new lessons here. Keep emailing me if you have concerns. Okay, these are just different topics that we're kind of going over, and again, I know it's kind of hard without being in class and being able to raise your hand and ask questions, but keep emailing me. Again, maybe watch the video more than once if you're having trouble getting through these videos. But and again, Miss Brastine is available to help if somebody's stuck and that kind of thing. Okay. Now we are moving on to another topic called percentiles. Okay, percentiles. Now, if you look, the word percent is in there. Okay, and basically the definition of a percentile is, which kind of makes sense, a percent, okay, position, okay, in data. So again, in data. Now, guys, a whole bunch of different jobs. Let me see. Let me move this because I know that light's there. A bunch of different jobs, you collect data. Like almost any job that you work in, there's data that you have to collect on, like how many things are being sold. There's a lot of different reasons people collect data, okay, for a lot of different companies, a lot of different jobs. So percentiles, the percent position in the data is important. Now, some of you, and again, your parents would know this more, like when you go and when you're a baby and you go and maybe see your pediatrician or go to the hospital and they kind of just do a checkup, and a lot of people get shots, babies get shots. They'll weigh you and see how tall you are, and they'll tell you your baby's in the 30th percentile or the 80th percentile. Again, depending on where they fall in the data, there are different percent positions in the data. Now, I just made up some test scores, okay? Now, obviously, when we take a test, it's out of 100. So you can see, like, if the lowest, I put them from lowest to highest. So the lowest is 67. And you can see all the test scores, okay? Now, guys, you're going to use these numbers for your homework. So obviously, when you do your homework, you probably have to go back. You want to re-watch the video or at least pause it so you can see all this data. Okay, and then all the way up to 100. Okay, somebody got 100%, which is great. Okay, I know you can get extra credit, but I didn't worry about that. Okay, so guys, here is a set of data, okay, test scores that we all can kind of relate to. Okay, now what they're going to ask you to do is to find a certain percentile. Now, the way they say it is find the 40th percentile. Okay, which means really they're saying the 40%. Find 40%. Where is 40% in this data? Okay, that's what they're asking us to find. Now, what's nice about this, the math is really pretty easy, guys. Okay, we are going to find 40%. Now, guys, remember, to multiply by 40%, remember, you got to think of 40% as a number, and then remember we have to move it back 2 places, remember? So 40% is actually going to be 0.40 times the number of data points, okay? So the percentage that they're asking you to find, so 40%, we move it back 2 places, so 0.40 times, now we got to know how much data do we have. Now, obviously, you're just going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So there's 15 data points. Okay, on the next video, I'm going to do 20 numbers. I know that'll be a lot, but we're going to do 20 numbers. So you count how many you have. But what's nice, guys, you're just going to take 40% of those 15 numbers. So you're going to take whatever the percentile is times however many numbers you have. Okay? So 40%, 0.40 times 15, boom, 6. So the sixth number, okay? So the sixth number in the data is the 40th percentile, the sixth number. So what's nice, guys, all we do now is we just count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Boom. Okay. So that number right there would be our 40th percentile. 77 is the 40% position in the data. And again, guys, I know this maybe doesn't seem practical at this point, but in your future jobs, you're going to do a lot with percentiles. It's actually used in almost any job when you have collecting data. Even if you're working at McDonald's and in management at McDonald's or something, you don't want to be working at the counter the whole time. But if you're working as a manager, you're going to figure out, okay, what are our sales? What's the data position for a certain percentile of data? Okay, let's do one more together. And again, so let's say now we want to find the 80th percentile. So we want to find the 80th percentile in this data. Now again, just like before, we're just taking 80%, moving the decimal back 2 places. So it's going to be 0.80 times 15 again. I mean, we have 15 data points. Okay, and then we just do that on our calculator. So again, 0.80 times 15, 12. Okay, so this one is the 12th number. Now, guys, this is a multiple choice type of question on the exam. If we have time to get back and take their exam, they're just going to tell you, identify the 40th percentile, the 80th percentile. They're going to give you a big list of data, and you just find that number, and it's multiple choice. So, I mean, this is not that hard. Obviously, if I was doing this on a test, I would just ask you to find that number and write it down. Anyway, so the 12th number. So we're just going to count out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So the 80th percentile is that one. Now let me go ahead and write this one. So this was the 40th right here. Okay. So 93 was the 80th percentile. Okay. So the 12th number, which is 93, was our 80th percentile. Okay, so guys, what you're going to do for your homework is take this same set of data, so that same list of numbers, and here is your homework. Okay, you're going to find the 20th and the 60th percentile. Okay, so again, when you post your answer, just post 20th equals, 60th equals, just write down the number. Okay, I don't need to see a whole list of numbers in your answer. Just tell me what the 20th percentile was and the 60th percentile. Okay, so that's what your homework is. And just stick that in your post, okay? Okay, guys, we will see you the next time on the next video, okay? Bye.